Welcome to Math Lesson 94. Today we're going to learn about 1/2 of a number. But before we do, let's do our review. Let's review our multiples of 6, 7, and 8, all of them by singing our songs, starting with our sixes. Ready? Go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Counting by six is so easy. Next time, won't you count with me? 66, 72. Now for our sevens. Get ready to yeehaw. Get your cowboy hat on, and let's do our sevens. Ready? Go. 7, 14, 21, 28. Yeehaw. 35, 42, 49. Yeehaw. 56, 63. Then there's 70. Counting by sevens all the time. Yeehaw. 77, 84. Great job, friends. Now, moving to our eights. This is our newest one, and it goes to the song or the tune of Barney's I Love You. Ready? Go. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, 96. Great job. Now let's do some rapid calculations. I'm going to read the problem. I want you to stand up and say the answer as soon as you know it. These are story problems, so make sure you say words with your numbers. On the farm, there are 8 pens with 4 baby goats in each pen. How many baby goats are there? Hopefully you said 32 baby goats. Great job. There are 8 other pens with 8 little piglets in each pen. How many piglets are there? Hopefully you said 64 piglets. One more. The average hen can lay 5 eggs per week. How many weeks would it take for the hen to produce 25 eggs? Hopefully you said 5 weeks. Great job. Now, I want you to take out your speed drill. We are going to work on speed drill lesson 94. I want you to pause your video and set a timer for 3 minutes. Now that we have reviewed our multiples, we're going to review some recent concepts that we have learned in math. So I'm going to read some oral combinations of addition and subtraction fractions. So when we got together last time, we were learning about fractions, adding them and subtracting them. Do you remember what they have in common when adding and subtracting fractions? Hopefully you said they have to have the same denominator. All right, so for these review, I want you to stand up and say the answer. Remember, we're adding and subtracting fractions. Ready? 1/12 plus 3/12 plus 6/12 equals. Did you say 10/12? If you did, you are correct. Remember, when adding fractions with the same denominator, we add the numerators only. Remember, the numerators on top and denominators on the bottom. What about this one? 13/20 minus 5/20. Did you say 8/20? If you did, you are correct. Great job. One more. 10/15 plus 3/15 minus 9/15. Did you say 4/15? If you did, you are correct. So they combined addition and subtraction, but every fraction in that problem had the same denominator. So all you have to do is follow the signs for the numerator. Great job. Now we are going to review division. we've learned long division. We've learned long division with remainders. I'm going to color coordinate the division so that you can see the place value of each number to help you remember where to place your quotients in a division problem. So here you see 6 divided by 57. So when we divide, we follow our 5 steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, compare, bring down. Now, we are going to start with the first digit in our dividend. Remember, the dividend lives inside the house. The divisor lives outside the house. So we have to ask ourselves, can I get a group of my divisor out of my first digit in my dividend? If I have 6 as my divisor and 5 as my dividend, if I hold up 5 fingers, can you give me 6? No, you cannot divide 5 divided by 6. So that means you have to look at both numbers in your dividend and divide by your divisor. So I have 57 divided by 6. Now you notice the ones column is in black. The tens column is in green. So 57 divided by 6 is what? Hopefully you said 9. So I've written out the division problem over here. 6 divided by 57. We know that we can't do 6 divided by 5, so we had to do 6 divided by 57, and we got 9. Then we multiply 9 times 6, and we get 54. Then we subtract 57 minus 54, and we get 3. And then we are done dividing. So 3 is what's left over, which is why it is our remainder, and I put it in the color of the ones column. Now look at this problem. This is very similar. It's only different in the sense that when we look at our first digit in our dividend and we ask ourselves, can I get a group of my divisor out of my dividend? And if so, how many? You can. So I've broken it down to say 9 divided by 3 equals 3. Then I've gone over here and I've placed the 3 at the top in the ones column because I did divide by 9. Then I'm going to multiply 3 times 3 and I get 9. Then we subtract. 9 minus 9 equals 0. Then we compare actually. Is 0 less than 3? The answer is yes. So then we will bring down. Sorry. Bring down the 6. And now we start our division all over again. 6 is now our new dividend. So I've written here 6 divided by my divisor, which is 3, and I get 2, which is why I wrote 2 at the top above the 6. Then I multiply 2 times 3, and I get 6. Then I subtract. 6 minus 6 equals 0. There is nothing left over, so we have no remainder here. Great job reviewing division. Now let's get into our new concept. Today, as I said, we are going to be talking about 1/2 of a number. So if your friend bought a bag of pretzels and put them on this plate, and they told you they would share 1/2 of these pretzels with you, would you expect them to give you only one of these pretzels? No, because one of those pretzels is not 1/2. So he would probably pour the pretzels out on a plate like this and then make two equal groups. That would be 1/2 of the pretzels that he said he would share 1/2 with you. So if I made two equal groups of pretzels, each of you would get 3 pretzels. So the total number is 6. There are 6 pretzels that your friend had, and they offered to give you half of what they had. So you each get 3. So when we take 1/2 of a number, we are putting the group of items into 2 equal groups. Okay? For another example, if I had all these markers here, and in here there are 12 markers, okay? Now, if I said, how many would you get if I shared half of the markers with you? If I told you there's 12 markers here, and I said, I'm going to give you half of my markers, how many would you get? Hopefully you've said 6. 1/2 of a number, again, means that the number is divided into 2 equal groups. It's the same as dividing that number by 2. So 1/2 of 12 is 6. Okay? It's the same as writing it out. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. It's the same thing. Now, let's practice. So if I said 1/2 of 8, what is the answer? Hopefully you said 4, because 1/2 of the number 8 is separating the 8 items into 2 equal groups. Or you could do 8 divided by 2, which gives you 4. What about this? 1/2 of 24. Hopefully you said 12, because if I took 24 pieces of gum and I split it into 2 equal groups, there would be 12 pieces of gum in each group. Remember, 1/2 of a number is simply dividing that number by 2, putting that number into 2 equal groups. All right, now I want you to take out your math book and work on page 187 and 188 to practice further doing 1/2 of a number. Happy studying.